Hi everyone. Okay, if you've been watching lots of these YouTube videos or like you've been scrolling and seeing content talking about being magnetic and you've been kind of like trying to do the thing and it's not been working, I have a few ideas for you. So there are three pretty big hurdles that if this is true for you, this is going to really block you in terms of being magnetic. I definitely don't want to put it out there that you need to be perfect and that you need to be all healed and I don't know, some like perfectly magical unicorn in order to be magnetic. I don't think that's true. But I do think it's worth looking at these three things in order to, get these blocks out of the way for you. So without further ado, let's talk about number one. So a huge block that you're going to have to being magnetic is if you have unresolved trauma in your body. Now, when we have trauma in the body, this causes like a constriction, not an openness, not an expansion, right? So when we're being magnetic, our energy is expanded. And it takes a certain amount of safety in the body in order to be able to embody that, to hold that, to kind of like allow our energy to expand outwards, because there's just a natural energetic and biological sort of function to kind of just close in. I mean, even our muscles do that. Like for example, like our psoas muscle contracts in order to brace for impact. So, this is something that if you have unresolved trauma, there's so many reasons that you would want to be working on unpacking that and healing that in a really gentle way and with really good people who are trauma informed. But yeah, this is probably one of the more superficial reasons why you would want to address your trauma. Because when we have trauma, I feel like I just said that word 50 times, sorry. But it really impacts us in so many different areas of our lives. And, it impacts our relationships. It can impact us at work, really like in every element of life, and it can create walls around us. And so, if you want to be magnetic and if you want to be really expanding your energy outward and receiving, then we need to cultivate that safety in the body. So I would suggest to really start to kind of explore and seek out what kind of practitioner you think would work best for you, and try different modalities to see what your body responds to and what feels safe for you in order to actually really heal and let some of those things go. Number two would be, if you're not, you're trying to be magnetic, something that can really get in the way is having fear, like overall, general fear. A lot of times I think we can feel like we're afraid of the world, and that we don't trust, but generally that actually comes back to ourselves. So the reason why we don't trust the world is, the world sure can be a scary place. And when you magnetize, you don't just magnetize all the good stuff, you magnetize all of the stuff. So being magnetic isn't necessarily something that is, safe. If you don't have good boundaries, you need to have good boundaries if you want to be magnetic, because otherwise it's not going to feel like a safe way to be in the world. So I think first you really need to practice your boundaries so that you can trust yourself, so that no matter what actually comes into your field, you trust that you have the ability, the discernment, and the strength to say no to things that you don't want. And then you're going to feel safe and more open and more expansive to allow things and opportunities to come to you, because you know that you're on your own team and that you're going to actually not allow anything in that you don't want. So that is a huge thing for magnetism. How could you ever be magnetic if it's not safe to be magnetic? So something to think about there. And the third is that you have limiting beliefs about what is possible for you, or like what's possible in your life, or what your capabilities are. All of these are just like ways that we constrict ourselves, whether that is the unresolved trauma, or whether that is like that we have a lot of fear because we don't have boundaries. You know, the structure around the boundaries is so important. I saw a quote where a woman said that your boundaries need to be stronger than your feelings. And I love that. I think it's so true, because a lot of the time we lead with our feelings and we let our boundaries slide. And then we have even bigger feelings on the other side of those boundaries after we let them get crossed. So I think that's a really important thing to have, because otherwise we're going to be too afraid to let it in. And then if we have limiting beliefs around what's even possible for us, that's another way that you might not even see the opportunities that come to you, because you're just kind of blind to it, because it doesn't even seem like it's yours. Or you might sabotage it even if it comes to you, because you don't think it's for you, or you think you might be afraid that you couldn't handle it, or you couldn't do it. So these are 3 main ways that you could be blocking your magnetism. And I really invite you to do the work to unpack each of them. You know, each of them are pretty big, and it might take a while, but I think it's so worth it, because on the other side of that, there's so much more that this life and this world wants to bring to you and offer you. And if you work through these 3 things, you will have so many more gates open to receive. So let me know what you think. Let me know how it goes for you. I'd love to hear, you know, if you actually try to practice some of these, like, you know, to work on them, and see if you do end up receiving so much more, and just how this resonates for you. I would love to hear. If you enjoyed this video, this short and sweet video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.